In fact, it's quite simple. There's no secret to it. I think the first thing is it's clarity about vision and purpose. Secondly, it's finding the partners between government, private sector, but also community. Because I think that's kind of what we call our samwasa, the triangle of success. And then getting on with work. I think for us is that there's always going to be politics, governance, all those other things. But being clear about your vision in the fact that tourism becomes the opportunity and the vehicle to transform people's lives. I think a lot of times we fixate on GDP growth, jobs growth, etc. Those are critically important. But we don't understand that tourism is a vehicle to change somebody's life. Then all we're going to do is focus on the numbers and not on what that means and the outcome should be. So as Cape Town Tourism, we've always been clear about that. And we are the vehicle that brings government, industry, as well as communities into a same space. And then we create programs to kind of drive that successfully. And then the magic happens. But that just means it's collaboration, hard work. But it's going at it continuously, not changing your strategy every time there's a change of a politician or something like that. Because the thing is that we need to remain agnostic as an association. But by doing that, I think we are quite clear. It helps to have a beautiful city, I won't lie. A functioning city is critically important, and an accessible city. But we've still got a long way to go. I think we're still way behind the curve as Cape Town. There are things we need to do that's going to be truly transformative, and we're working on those things now. So our numbers have been improving. I think last year, if you look at the airport arrivals, has been the highest ever since post-2019. And that's based on a clear understanding is that we need to create market access. Tourists want two things. That's the biggest challenge for them, time and money. And they will trade that off. So those that have got a lot of money will try to fly direct. Those that don't will go via hubs. And the thing is, understanding that is how you package the experience, making sure you respect their time and their money. And it's a simple thing. I think we overcomplicate sometimes tourism with lots of words and lots of analogies. But the simple thing is that we've got a beautiful city. We've got also a challenging city, that there are lots of issues within our city. But it's not shying away from it. It's actually saying, how do we embrace that and bring it into what we do? And that's the difference. It's just about practicality, but again, a clear vision, collaboration, and just keeping at it. All three, because you need all three. I think the thing is that we need, I think, clearer policy, but also policy that's a lot more future focused. Unfortunately, our policies are all playing catch up. And the problem is that policy is always being perceived as driven by government. That, again, is an outdated model. Everything that, and unfortunately, I mean, I'm a big proponent of challenging people. We like the status quo. So the policies are old, they're not keeping up with where the future should be, and everything we talk about is what we're going to fix in the past. What's great is that I love about the conference is that there's always feedback from Chief about this, what we said we were going to do last year, and that's great progress. But I think for me, the whole point around policy is supposed to be an enabler. And unfortunately, what they're doing is they're trying to fix up old policy, old acts. And that, for me, is not kind of working. People are always critical, we're in a people's business. That's the thing. But also, we mustn't exclude people like communities as being part of a conversation. And I think that's, for me, also one of the challenges where I challenge everybody is stop doing these decisions where it's policy, governance, strategy in a boardroom. Why aren't we doing it with the community and asking them what is their strategy, what's their views? Because they're a critical part of that. They can also be your biggest hurdle to that growth. But it's not easy, but I think we keep at it. And then, of course, we need to make sure that it's just about being practical. That's it. We are blessed with a beautiful city, but this has been about 40 or 50 years in the making. And that's the thing is, I mean, tourism was already in 1978 within Cape Town, where public and private sectors got together. So yes, it looks like we've succeeded, but it's been hard work for decades to get to this point. So yeah, we just keep at it.